Presentation, as I mentioned, we'll cover the 3 short-term product solutions, talk a little bit about next steps, and then we'll follow up with taking questions. So let's get into Protective Series, Passport Term Simplified Issue. This is a relatively new product on the Allstate platform, and the simplified issue process overcomes that challenge of some customers knowing that they need term coverage, but they're not always comfortable with the full underwriting process. It takes time to arrange a meeting with the paramed nurse. You have to sit for the fluids. Also, it's a little bit slower, not as convenient. So Passport Term offers that simplified process that helps speed up the time frame. So simplified issue, however, is a major advantage because there's a non-invasive application process, but that lack of full underwriting has to be balanced with a limitation on maximum face amounts. So you'll see with this policy, you cannot go as high in the death benefit as you can with fully underwritten products. But that convenience factor is definitely apparent. There's no physical exam, no fluids, and coverage can be obtained in only a matter of days, just about 15 days on average, compared to many more weeks or even perhaps months, depending upon a fully underwritten process that might drag on with the collection of records or the slower process of scheduling a paramed exam. However, that convenience comes at a cost. So Passport Term will usually have a higher premium because that risk is higher, that we're not collecting the same extent of underwriting data. So Passport Term, very short process, only about 15 days on average, but it is a traditional term otherwise. So at the end of the term period, the client can choose to continue, but they'll pay that much higher premium. Don't always want to go in that direction. A better alternative may be to use the conversion guarantee. So this policy can be converted to Protective's non-par whole life. That's the only product it can be converted into. If the client wishes to continue on that track with no additional medical exam. And we offer riders and endorsements that you can add to enhance the coverage just beyond the basic death benefit. So for product details, we have a little bit more limited age range. The maximum age is 50. As I mentioned, with face amounts a little bit lower. So you can go to a smaller beginning face amount, 50,000, all the way up to a maximum of 250,000. This policy offers 4 different term periods, 10, 15, 20, and 30, and 18 to 50 is the minimum and maximum issue age all across the board. Now, even though we're not collecting as much medical underwriting information, there are still just about a dozen questions that are part of the application, and answering those questions will help Protective determine whether that client can be insured as a preferred risk, whether it's non-tobacco or tobacco, or a standard risk. Now, classic choice term. So as we move into fully underwritten products, you'll notice that the options are much greater. We've got 7 different term periods available under classic choice term. 10 years all the way up to a very long 40 years, very innovative in the industry. Very few companies offer a 35 or a 40-year term. These are very, very low competitive premiums.